Shalom, shalom, Israel, coming back at you with another lesson. Lord willing, this is edifying. First off, giving all praise, all honor, all glories to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachachwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and all the teachers out there pushing this word in truth, with truth and sincerity, especially now, risk your lives to do so. May you be of the elect. Shalom to all the Akim and the Akwath out there listening and learning. You Israelites, so-called Negroes, Hispanic, Native, and Seminole Indians, who are the true children of Israel, as well as you speckled bird, Israelite foreigners, the Israelites that look like, act like, and take on the customs of all these heathen nations. So to you I say Shalom. This lesson is brought to you by the Spirit and the power of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh being the true name of our Father, the God of the Bible, the God of the Israelites, Ba Hashem, meaning in the name, and Yahweh Shai being the only begotten Son of Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls by the name of JC. All right, this lesson is going to go into requitting the Lord. Again, requitting the Lord. All right. The definition of requit is a verb. All right. Requitted, requitting. Synonyms of requit. All right. To make return for, repay, to make retaliation for, avenge, to make suitable return to for a benefit or service or for an injury, right? Basically to pay back, okay? Whether it be in a good way or a bad way, is to pay back, all right? Now this is, dang it, requiting the Lord, paying back the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai. Now, the reason for this lesson, all right? I was in the group me, and the elder had put up, he was talking, and he mentioned the word requitting, all right? And, I was like, well, hey, you know what? It sounds like something to because he said, look up the word, requitting. I was like, well, he also said, find some scriptures on it. So I did it, I was motivated by it, so why not, And so that's what drove this lesson. All right. So it's about requiting the Lord, paying back the Lord. All right. Philippians 2 and starting at 14 says, do all things without murmurings and disputings, that ye may be blameless and harmless, the sons of the Most High. All right. Because you can't be a son of the Most High if you're doing these things. If you, having a grudge or a hatred towards your brother, which ultimately is hating Yahweh. Why Yahweh Shai? How is that? Because look at those first great two commandments. You see? Because, you can go law. But if you not following those great two commandments, why even bother with the rest? Those two right there are major, right? Let brotherly love continue, so on and so forth. Right? You got this, this person is serving Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right. And mind you, especially those that are over you, why are you going to murmur? Why are you going to do things that's unrighteous? Why are you going to backtalk? Have a grudge? Right? So on and so forth. Okay? So again, Philippians 2:14, do all things without murmuring and disputings, that you may be blameless and harmless, the sons of the Most High. You can't be a son of the Most High if you're doing these other things. All right? Without rebuke in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation, among whom ye shine as lights in the world. Because you see all the rest of the world, all right, as going against the grain. All right? The grain meaning of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, the scriptures, the men of the Lord. You see them doing that, but here you are joining hand in hand with them by letting sin meet you at the door, hating your brother. You can't love the Lord and hate your brother. Love your brother, but hate the Most High. You can't do that. Light is light, dark is dark. Okay? That you may be blameless and harmless, the sons of the Most High, without rebuke in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation, among whom you shine as lights in the world, holding forth the word of life, that I may rejoice in the day of Mashiach, that I have not run in vain, neither labored in vain. Right, because when you're doing this work, you really want to be hands-on for Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. When you have people that are over you and they're asking you to do something, it shouldn't be a problem. It's no different than if Yahweh Shai was telling you to do something. I bet you would get your ass up and do it. I bet you wouldn't backbite. I bet you wouldn't talk back. Right? I bet you wouldn't leave grumbling under your breath. Right? Giving a side eye, rolling your eyes, whatever the case may be. You wouldn't be doing none of that if Yahweh Shai said to get to it. Well, guess what? You should be being mindful for those that are over you. Where the elder brothers are watching over you. The elders are watching over you. All right? These are true men of the Lord. So what's the problem? You should be able to do these things without a problem, man. It shouldn't be what's the word? It shouldn't feel like an obligation. I'll put it that way. You shouldn't feel obligated. You should be willingly and wanting to do these things. Because, again, it's no different than Yahweh Shai asking you. Right? Because you would obey if he were in your presence. Well, why not in his absence as well? Okay? This is Numbers 14:2. And all the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron. And the whole congregation said unto them, would the Most High that we had died in the land of Egypt? Or would the Most High we had died in the wilderness? Hey, you had Israel even back then, all right? The same ones that back then, the same ones that's back today, murmuring, complaining, right? This is how you requite the Lord. This is how you pay back the Lord. He brought us out of the land of Egypt. He brought us, ultimately out of that hard bondage with yokes of iron across our neck, right? Because the things are changing. You're still alive. You got food in your belly, water, right? You got a roof over your head. Keeps you warm when it's cold outside. Keeps you cool when it's warm outside. Right? You got a job. You're able to take care of your family. Shit, even if you're going through bad things, it could be worse. The Lord could make it a hell of a lot worse, but he didn't. Right? Mercy. But you want to pay back the Lord by talking shit. You want to pay back the Lord by going against the grain. You want to backtalk and murmur against men of the Lord. Well, it's no different if Yahweh and Yahweh Shai was standing in front of you, asking you to do it. You wouldn't do all that to them. All right? But this is the same ones that was then are the same ones that's back today, doing the same thing, backbiting, talking shit. All right? Let me see what else I can pull. Oh, yeah. Yes. Going into Deuteronomy 32 and verse 6. Do ye thus requite the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai? Is this how you pay back the Lord, O foolish people and unwise? Is not he thy father that have bought thee? Hath he not made thee and established thee? See? You got to be mindful of these things, man. But here you are back talking, being crazy. Piety, mercy, tenderness, pity. Senses now obsolete in the word, but preserved in its doublet. Pity. From Old French, piety, faith, pity, compassion. See that? Gentleness, kindness, pity, from pious. Right? And the Lord has that with us. Let's see what else I had. I know I had something else. I mean, that was pretty much the point. But yeah. Kind of. 1 Timothy 5 and starting at verse 1 says, rebuke not an elder, but entreat him as a father. Right? You got an elder having you do a task, well, do it. Didn't the scripture say, honor thy mother and thy father? Well, guess what? Our elders are our spiritual fathers. They ask you to do something, you should be able to do it without murmuring, without backbiting. All right? Rebuke not an elder, but entreat him as a father, and the younger men as brethren, the elder women as mothers, the younger as sisters, with all purity. Honor widows that are widows indeed, but if any widow have children or nephews, let them learn first to show piety. Let's see, where did I pull that up? Show piety. I guess I got rid of it. Well, basically kindness, okay, at home, and to requite, pay back their parents, for that is good and acceptable before the Most High. All right, you say you love the Lord, well, you're going to have to show it through and through until the end. You're going to have to endure and deal with all things the same way that Yahweh Shai would have dealt with things. All right, you got to learn how to be patient. You got to learn how to be calm. Just because shit ain't going your way, you got to learn how to endure. Be temperate. All right, learn how to have some discipline. Okay, doing all things without murmuring. Yeah, back to the top here. Philippians 2:14 again. Do all things without murmuring and disputing, that you may be blameless and harmless, the sons of the Most High, without rebuke, in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation. Because we already surrounded by wickedness. Don't add yourself to it. All right? Don't touch the pitch. We're supposed to be getting rid of the leaven that's in our bodies. All right? Yeah, you're supposed to offend less. Okay? The sons of the Most High, without rebuke, in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation, among whom ye shine as lights in the world. You can't be a light in the world if you're being a hypocrite. You're supposed to be, doing right by Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Here it is, you backbiting a man of the Lord. You got a problem with something that elder brother said to you. Something he's asking you to do. And here you don't want to do it. You just don't feel like doing it. All right. So, yeah, I'll just finish reading. In the midst of a crooked and perverse nation, among whom ye shine as lights in the world. Verse 16, holding forth the word of life, that I may rejoice in the day of Mashiach, that I have not run in vain, neither labored in vain. Because if you're doing all this work and you still got that negative mentality on you, you're doing it in vain. You should be trying to do better. Okay, whether it be reading, I've been doing that a lot lately. Putting things off so I can read a little bit more. Okay, try to get better understanding on things. Looking up words, all right, things like that. Because I'm one of those people. When once I start doing something, I get damn near like almost an obsession. Like I gotta keep on that same path. But then I got to find myself breaking that, because I'll be leaning hard on one subject and not something else. Lord said be temperate in all things. You got to learn how to do this and learn how to do that. Grazing, I should say, grazing, reading, grazing, watching lessons, grazing, making lessons, right? Hang out with the brothers, right? You can't lean all to one thing. You can't put all your eggs in one basket, is what I say. Now, granted, everything I'm doing mostly is all spiritual, right? And the reason why I said mostly, because obviously you still got to do some things physically, right? Still got to go to work. You got a family and all that. You got to deal with them. But you do your best to try to deal with everything that you got to do as far as Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, putting the work first, right? But yeah, so hey man, I said enough already. But Lord willing, this was edifying. Giving all praise, all honor, all glories to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and all the teachers out there pushing His word in truth, with truth and sincerity, especially now realize. So may you be of the elect. Stay prayed up, repent, and ababa ball. Shalom.